Hey, good morning, everybody. What is going on? I know I'm starting off early. I'm trying to build myself up right now. Let me check audio real quick. All right, audio sounding good. Hey, folks, AJ the CEO here. Thank you for joining me. I'm hemming and hawing right now because today is interesting. It's episode 90, and what a number. So let me go ahead and start this to knock this out. So thankfully Josh is not on here. So let me go ahead and knock this out real quick. All right, now I got to start it over again. The audio wasn't here. Let me try it again. Yeah, today my dad would have been 90. So, um, just real thankful for the man that he was. Took me a while to really understand who he was and all this other stuff like that, but um, I don't know why that just hit me today. So, anyway, thanks for that half a second. I'll probably cut that out anyway, but thank y'all so much for joining today. I had to knock that out. So, Anthony, what's going on? Thank you for stopping by. Dylan, what's up? John Cook, man, you trying to get me to spend money here. John got was sending me a message. He's one of the folks that has booked for our Royal Caribbean cruise, and you know this ain't the same cruise, but I'm getting ready to go on one at the end of the month. But John, awesome. Pat, what is going on? Robert, what's going on? Mousy, what's going on? Jermaine, what's going on? Don, what's going on? Veronica, hello. Darius, hello. God's Tabernacle TV, what's up? Parker Jennings, what's going on? Francisco, what is going on? Pete Andrews, hello. C. Anderson, what is going on? Mitch Roy, hello, hello. Thank y'all, folks, for stopping by again. AJ, the CEO, thank you so much for stopping by. I try to do this every Friday to try and help y'all out, answer as much as I possibly can to help move your media ministry forward. Again, I don't hide the fact that I don't know everything, but hopefully what I'm doing will help make your journey just a little bit easier. If I'm not able to get to you, please hit me up at questions@ajhomes.com. We also have a roundtable this Friday. This Sunday coming up. You can join that by hitting up the group here on Facebook, Modern Media Ministry Made Easy. Again, be on the lookout. It's too late for me to do this right now, but maybe next Friday and then next Saturday afternoon, we're going to have 2 interest meetings for the e-missionary conference that we are working on. And is this the right button? Yeah, for our second annual e-missionary conference. Be looking out for me on social media, Facebook, all this other stuff. I'll put it on the community stuff. Anybody who is interested in teaching, want to help with the logistics, the prayer team. I think Francisco and his wife are still gonna head that up, and anything that's going on, if you're interested, be on the lookout. We're going to have interest teacher meeting, all this other stuff next Friday and Saturday afternoon. I might roll right into it after the live stream because, again, I know sometimes Sundays, people are recouping ready for the week, so maybe that might not be the greatest time. So that's why I'm not going to do it on this roundtable. It'll be during a Friday and a Saturday, and we might even do it during the week. It all depends. I do have a very, very busy schedule lining up, but that's what's going on. What else? I don't think the link is working right now. I need to fix it, but folks, we are less than 700 subscribers away from 50,000. Man, I'm excited about all of that. I couldn't have done any of this without y'all. Thank you so much. This is my way of giving back. I'm excited to say that we also have a sponsor going forward with our projects, to where all my projects moving forward, we are using AVCam's PTZ cameras. They're giving me one for this next install, and you never know, we might have one to give away as well for our giveaway. But just real thankful about that. What else we got going on? Monday I am heading out to Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I will be there for the entire week. I will be back by Friday. And then we'll have our regular live stream on Friday and the call like I talked about. Saturday, I have to stream for the second year in a row. I'm thankful for the opportunity to stream Prince George High School's graduation. So we'll be out there to do that. I'll tag the video of when I did that last time. We're going to be doing that again with the same, maybe some updated gear with that. And I'm trying to get all the formalities out the way so I don't forget. If you want some additional help, you want to set up a on-site for me to come, and people have sent me emails. Yes, I do travel, folks. We've gone all the way to California. I think we might have a trip to Wisconsin coming up. I'm going to Baton Rouge, been to Texas, got Alabama coming up, Florida coming up. We got London coming up, and all this other stuff. So I do travel, but if you're interested in me being on site, do a consultation with you, or you can just go to my website, do a Zoom consultation, phone consultation. You can hit me up here. Either me or D will follow back up with you. And I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. So let me get my headphones on and let's get to it, folks. Let me fix my focus here. There you go. And y'all, I'm ready for y'all's questions, folks. So again, I'm on Twitch and I'm on here. I'm actually using Restream. The web presenter is streaming to Restream and going to both. So playing around with some other stuff as well too. So I am ready, folks. Y'all fire away y'all's questions. I do have a hard stop at 12. So that's why I started a little early. Let's see. First question. Back to John. I have a question. When trying to control a live stream remotely, say through Google Remote Desktop, how do you control switching multiple cameras? More importantly, seeing the multi-view. Honestly, you can't see the multi-view. So like right now, I will attempt to do this live. I still have everything set up at Antioch, and this is really getting to know your system, folks. I am using TP-Link to turn everything on. All right, so everything should be on. And I am using Google Remote Desktop to get to it. And live stream. So now I have remote desktop on everything on the systems here. So if I was going to be running scripture and all this other stuff, if I had to do this remotely, I would not do all the bells and whistles like I normally would. So first off, depending on the PTZ that you have, the ones that I have are compatible with the PTZ Optics software. So I won't really have a multi-view access, but I do have access to this. So, and I'll turn the screen on and lock it. So right now, there's the sanctuary, and I don't even know if anybody. All right, so that's the sanctuary. So I can cut back and forth. And for me, if I was doing this remotely, I would have they're still using OBS over here. And then I have the ATEM software. And like I said, if I had to do this remotely, this would be very, very bare minimum. I wouldn't do scripture. I wouldn't do lower thirds. This would be just in case of emergency, no one else is available. So while this is happening, I would do this, and then I would go over to the front camera, and I have preset positions already saved inside the camera. So I'm not even really moving. And somebody reset the position. Interesting. That's always fun. But anyway, I would adjust everything in here, and honestly, I would try and set all of my preset positions so I wouldn't be doing this, because this is not very responsive to being able to control this. And then when I got my shot ready, boom. Oh, did I pick the wrong one? Oh, I hit stage display. Where is it? Front camera. You know, so this is how I would be running everything if I had to do it remotely. Now, again, I have my TP-Link smart switches so I can turn everything on and off. So like if I come here right now, and of course my phone wants to lock up here. Now if I turned everything, now I can't turn the sound on. That's the one issue that I can't do. I would need at least somebody to do that locally, and our board needs to be controlled via a USB cable, which is not there. And as you can see, the ATEM and everything got turned off. The cameras are actually on a different switch. It is tied to the network. So if I did come in here and turn this off, like right now, you'll see the camera go down. If the button will work. All right. So like right now, yeah, see, nothing is on because I turned them off. So for me, this would be a requirement. You need to have a way to either have somebody at least turn the stuff on, or if you don't, I have smart switches so I can connect to everything if need be. And I need to update this because we have a funeral, 2 funerals next week, for Rakira to run. So anyway, I hope that answers your question. Again, if I did this, I would not do all the bells and whistles because it would be a handful to do all of that stuff. But I have videos on all that stuff. Let me know what exactly you need to know about that. But that is about it. See, Anderson, I know you're saying good morning. I need to get over to San Francisco. That's one. I think I've said that before. I want to go to San Francisco. Oh, I'm also going to be the last week in September. I'm going to be at Vid Summit, but I'm going to be in Los Angeles the entire last week of September. So just letting y'all know about that. Karen says, very cool. I'm from Baton Rouge. Awesome, awesome. The Grill 7th Day Adventist. Can you provide some pointers to grow our YouTube channel? I've been meaning to do a video about this, and I guess it's kind of different than most of the other people would do. I mean, I have videos talking about your tags and change the titles of your service to a question, because that's what people are trying to look for. They're not just looking for a Sunday service. But again, you want to leverage YouTube's algorithm. YouTube will put your videos in front of a whole lot more people than just talking by yourself. So let me see if I can show y'all some background here. Let me get to the right page first. Trying to find it. Audience. we'll do 2022. All right, so let me show you my stuff here. And let's take a deep dive to just try and get an understanding. Again, I'm a novice at this, so I'm just trying to help as much as I possibly can. All right, so here's the analytics of here, and it's showing what videos grow your channel right now. It's showing right now that I have a lot that's showing that has a slow new user return rate. So that's stuff I need to work on. I am under the analytics and under audience, and I'm looking for everything of this year so far. And I'm looking for ones that actually grow and get some more results. So like here's number one, which is 72 new viewers for the first 7 days from that. And these are top performers. So that's that video of how to make a separate mix was number one. Number two was the in-ear monitors. Number three was how to bring in a Zoom guest speaker into your church service. Number four was Pro Presenter Beginner's Guide. And number five was the Power Play P2. So the idea of what you want to do in growing your channel is a couple of things. Find out what is your strongest video. So like right now, I'm giving you some insider scoops on me. If I sort all of my videos by the most views, my number one video is how to live stream church services with OBS. That's 366,000 views. You want to double down on that and make deviations of that. So if that's the same topic, you know, so we have this video, and then I had another one that talks about how to do this with vMix, and you just want to break off of whatever your most popular one. And then also, if we go into this video, because I'm actually working on a follow-up of this video right now, we want to look at the retention of this video, so the engagement. The average watch time of this video is 7 minutes and 2 seconds, which is good. You want to be mindful of where people start falling off from your videos. In this video, 90% of the people who have watched this video are not subscribed. So I need to do a better job of doing something to earn the subscribe, ask more about them, show me where the locations is, shows the age range, the gender, and all this other stuff like that. And you want to use this information as best as you possibly can. Now, if we go to engagement, you also want to look at this graph and see where people start falling off. So I want to get to, at the halfway mark, I only have 26% of people still watching. You want to start looking at your services. So if I come here and I'm about ready to teach some stuff with signs and wonders, I'm gonna go to the back end here and look at the same thing. So I'm gonna look at one of our services, our live stream, and I want to do the same thing. You need to see where you're slipping, and why is there a copyright on that? My worship. See, it's the same stuff, man. All of this is being done live. Okay, I gotta fight that later. Anyway, if we go inside of the service here, and we want to look at the same thing, engagement. See right here, it tanks immediately, but again, that's because our countdown. So for me, I would learn from here that maybe I need to do my countdown for less a period of time. So right now, our countdown is within 15 minutes. So right here, we're spiking. So you need to see where your services fall off here, and you need to start making your stuff different so that you hold their attention. I did a video a while ago talking about hybrid services, and I'm working on doing that to where you have a host and you're actually engaging more people. And this will get rid of those dips. But the idea is you want to keep people at 50% or higher as long as possible in your videos. That shows you need to get rid of dead air. You need to find out about that, because you can make you can get all the cameras, you can get all the tech, all that day long, all that stuff. But if you're not doing something that's engaging and holding people's attention, all that is for naught. And I've talked to a lot of people. Everybody's like, AJ, what type of camera should I buy? And all this. That don't mean nothing. You can have trash cameras. As long as your audio is good, if you have some type of engaging content to hold people in, that's what they will stay in. Now, again, I'm still working on that as well for my channel, because yeah, I hold people like 30% is good. I want to get that higher and see how long we can hold somebody's attention. The more you do that, the longer you hold people's attention, they're more interested, they're more invested. That's when they will share more. Not all the gimmicks, all this other stuff. You just need to have engagement and have interesting content. So what you can control is look at the dips. Where are the dead spots in your service? Like, and that's the reason I did the video announcements, because just watching a live stream of somebody going up to the podium and just talking is boring. It is. Make him a pre-recorded video. You can upload that, play that during your countdown, and make your countdown shorter. Put that on site so people can watch that, and don't let the announcements bog down the service. And you just gotta really analyze your services and stuff like that. So that might not have been the answer you're looking for, but honestly, that's probably what most people are not telling you. So hopefully that helps. All right, y'all seeing my volume is a little low. I will turn it up a little bit more. Hopefully that helps. Let's see. Robert, is it okay to leave all the systems on after service? Does it impact the longevity of the equipment? I would say no. I've gotten rid of every single moving component in all of the computers that I've built at Antioch and anyone's going forward. So there are no mechanical drives. Everything is solid state. And I have them on battery backups so that if anything happens, they're rock solid. I've had the computers on at Antioch for, unless there's a power outage, they've been on for 5 years straight without any issues. Signs and wonders, ever since I've put the computer there, that computer has not been shut off. My computer's here. I don't turn off. So I don't think it would impact that. I wouldn't do that with mechanical drives. But the tech is a little bit better. I had to get after my mom because I redid her computer the same way, and she keeps turning it off out of habit. And I'm like, don't turn that off. And then a follow-up, can you hear audio with the remote setup? Yes, you can. If you're using OBS, you just turn on monitor audio, and then it will come through and you can hear it. So like if I do that again, just to give you a refresher, let me log back in again. And here we go. Oh, I'm in the wrong system. Hold on. Disconnect. I want to go to live stream. There we go. Now I'm gonna unmute me so y'all can hear. Unmute my computer here locally. So what we need to do, and open up OBS. So right now there's music here, but it's not monitored. So if I turn on monitoring, that's coming from the system, and I need to turn that off. So yes, if you're doing OBS, all the audio will come through. Now, even if you're not using OBS, I would install OBS just so you can hear the audio coming through. So for those who are streaming directly through an ATEM or something like that, an ATEM Mini Extreme, you could do the same thing. Because if you're streaming directly from the ATEM, you can still bring in the audio over USB. So yes, it would work. You just need to turn that on so you can hear it, and that's about it. So hopefully that answers your question there, Robert. Back to John. Thanks, AJ. We're running all that software on our streaming PC. Looks like I need to install the PTZ app on the PC. We use the iPad app. I will install the PC app as a backup. Awesome. Yeah, it works great. PTZ Optics did a great job with that software. Almost every camera, even the Fumaco, will work. You just got to change the port that it talks to in the app, and it works. Karen wants to know, am I familiar with video song presentation? No, I am not. I've dabbled with it, but it's been a while. I have not looked at it recently. But what is your question? You never know. I might download it and play around with it and hopefully get some answers for you if need be. All right. I don't know if Mike is on here. We got some stuff on here that we don't do. Hold on 1 second, folks. I got it. Oh, that's, y'all can't see that anyway. That's somebody on Twitch. Nah, we ain't doing that. Sean Jenkins wants to know, what IP joystick controller would you recommend? Honestly, I like the Fumaco one, mainly because it gives you direct access to the cameras, and it has the buttons to actually set recall and all this other stuff directly there. Well, actually, this looks like here's a cheaper option right here. And honestly, I'm going to show y'all. Most of these things are exactly the same. So this is the Fumaco one that I normally use, but this one is the exact same thing. See, this one has 6 buttons going horizontal. This one has 6 buttons going vertical. The main thing, like, let me look at this one. I haven't used this one, so I'm just going to look at it right now. So first, you have quick access to the 7 cameras. You have, see, this one actually doesn't have a preset button on here that you can set position. So that is a no-go for me. Let's go back here. Now you can still set it, but you would have to go through the camera to do that, and I don't like doing that. So right here, you see we have only 4 camera buttons, but then you have the preset and call right here in the right beside the number 1. So you can set preset positions for the camera. And there's a bunch of them, but a bunch of these cameras controllers look exactly the same, but they have a limited amount of buttons, and they just change the functionality of them. This is the one that I actually like. I used to use this other one. Where is it at? Like this one. This is the one that I just installed, but again, they have some caveats there. And the other one I used to use is not on here. The PTZ Optics one works well as well. I gotta look up the other one, but like this is the one I was using, and as you can see, this one does have a set home, set pattern, set call that work. Set preset and set call that works, but it doesn't have a direct access to your camera. So you would have to hit the camera button and then the number of the camera. Gives you an extra button press, but if you're fine with that, I think this one works as well too. But me personally, if I'm installing multiple cameras, I go with the Fumaco one, or one that has a quick access to go to all of them. And I will give you a link to this one. This is the LeftTech controller. And then I'll also do the Fumaco one, which is the one that I normally use. Give me a second just to get that one. And honestly, if you're gonna get this controller, and you're looking at getting 2 cameras, you can save some money if you get the Fumaco 2 PTZ and joystick bundle. You're saving yourself about $200 if you got that that bundle. So hopefully that helps. Let's go to Norm here. Does the software for the A10 Minis app work well on iPhones? No, unfortunately, Blackmagic does not have a direct app for your phone. Now, you could use like the Meta app, and I've used that, and that allows me to switch inputs. It won't let me control it. And I think PTZ Optics has a camera app that you can change the cameras, but you would have to bounce between different apps on your phone. So this is the Meta app. There is another one similar to this on the iPad that can control it. The Android one will only let me switch inputs. So like right now, if I connect to mine, I need the IP address of mine. Give me a second. All right. I'm going to put that address in here. And as long as you're on the network, that works. All right, so I am connected to this now. And so what I'm going to do, so let me go over here to my mixer. So I'm connected right now, and this one doesn't have access to the super source buttons. So let me switch this over to one I can use. Let me do over to the studio camera. So I got that, and if I do auto here, there we go. So we're switching back and forth just from here. So that's what I can do. So I used to do this when there was nobody up there. I would preset all of my cameras to a locked position, and then I would just switch when I was playing and there was nobody there. I would do something like that. And that is the Meta app, and I don't remember the one on the iPad off the top of my head. But what I'll do is I'll put that in the description when I find it, so y'all can see it afterwards. Hello, Daryl. Thanks for joining. Reverend Richard, hello, hello. Ray L, hey, good morning. Paul, hello, hello. And then regarding the statistics that you were explaining just now, can we see that in Facebook Live video? Yes, it has the same thing. Let me see. I'm a novice when it comes to the ones on Facebook. I am very guilty. I have not been looking at the analytics of that one as much. But let me see what I can do with that. I might have to do a follow-up on that one, because I don't... Insights? Is that it? Yeah, I'm trying to look up Signs and Wonders one. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get back on the Facebook one. My brother-in-law does that more than me because they stream more to Facebook like that. And again, I'm guilty. That's one of those ones I have not done like I should. Adam, what is going on? Negril, 7-Day Adventist. Hey, you are welcome. Streets of Destiny, what's going on? Hopefully, did that audience mic stuff help you? And also, everybody that left comments on that, thank you so much. Y'all educated me on the fact that I just had to turn off the routing the channel to the main left and right. And I could avoid that completely, so thank you. Brian Fisher here. When you schedule a live stream and plan on using a countdown, do you post the scheduled time as service start time and start early, or do you schedule the stream to begin when the countdown begins? I do it for when the countdown begins. So it's at like Signs and Wonders, service starts at 11, but I start the stream at 10:45. That's just me. Hopefully that helps you. Rhonda. Good morning. Have you gotten the Starlink RV set up yet? How is it working? I didn't actually get the RV one. I got the official one. It is at my mom's house. And depending on my schedule, I got to train in ministry tomorrow, and then I have a consultation at 4. The church where I'm doing a training, that's the Union Branch that I just finished their install. Their training is at 9:30 to noon, and that is about an hour away from here, which makes it to my mom's house an hour and a half. I'm gonna try and get there and install it. I actually have a mount, so it's gonna be a temporary one. The mount that I can mount on the roof is not gonna be here till next week, so I am gonna set it up because they've already been billing my mom, so I need to go ahead and switch it over and hook it up. But I will let y'all know with that, and I need to take my A10 and stuff with me so that we can do that. But I'm really excited about that because a lot of these churches that are in like rural areas and stuff like that, that'll be cool. And I really want to do the RV one. If y'all didn't know, Starlink, man, Hawaiian Airlines and a bunch of them are now using Starlink on their planes. So you'll have free broadband internet that you don't have to pay for. Yes. Brian, what's going on? Back to Robert. I just bought the LeftTech controller, reached out to support, no reply. Having issues installing a second PTZ controller. It's only finding one PTZ on the network. Do you have that other controller on the network? And also, what type of camera is it? Honestly, yeah, a lot of these ones, like I said, that's why PTZ Optics, much love to them. They have been super, 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 super responsive on any type of support stuff. AV-Cans has been good as well too. For Mako, I've never had to reach out to. SMT AV has been as well. I've never had to go to the controller stuff directly, but in adding a camera, the main thing with them, if you do it through the web interface, and as long as you have the camera on the network, it should just show. But let me know whatever stuff you got. Pat, I don't know if this is a question for the group. I've done some flyers at no charge. I now want to charge them. Would that be fair to ask to now be paid? Yes, I think it is fair because that's your time. And that's the one thing you're never going to get back is time. It's like, and I say this candidly, I've been playing at churches ever since I was 13. At my dad's second church, 8th Street Baptist Church, that's where I was playing. I played for years and never got paid, ever. Because at that time, they had the mindset of like, we don't need to pay for stuff like that, which is similar to how it is now with media. A lot of people who are in that position don't know the skill set is needed, so they underrate it and they don't think it's needed to be paid. And that's the same issue that I want to give fair warning to media ministry stuff. The stuff that we do, there is no degree in what we do. I mean, if there is, I haven't heard of it. But the idea, it's a special skill set to do. And after a certain period of time, it is really good that you actually compensate people for that time. You know, y'all ain't getting paid for this to watch my live stream and ask questions because you have initiative. You want to do that stuff. And, you know, you have to really be mindful that if you are a pastor and you have somebody in your ministry that loves to do this and they have a calling to do this, cherish those folks. Don't take them for granted because they could easily leave and go somewhere else. And then all of a sudden it's like, oh man, I didn't realize what we had. That's just with anything. You had a great musician and you wear them down and then they're gone. You know, you don't want to get to that point. But I mean, circle back to it. You have a certain skill set that, yes, you can leverage that into another way. Now, I'll be honest with you. This is what I do. I wasn't getting paid from Antioch for a long time with the stuff that I was doing. I was doing video editing. I was doing websites. I was doing all that stuff for free. But what I ended up doing is I used those skills and registered myself on Fiverr, and I offered those services. I used Antioch as a place for me to hone my skills, and then I listed myself on Fiverr, and I was offering those skills out to other ministries who did not have something. So I might not have gotten paid at the time from my home church at the time, but the skills I was able to use and help another ministry. So that might be an option as well too. But if you're doing a full setup for a church, yes, Lord, you need to be paid for that. That is, I think it was funny, tell y'all that's a side note. the church I was working on, Union Branch, the sexton there, the janitor who was cleaning up, he told me he cleans at another church, and there was another company at this other church doing an install similar to me, and he was like, they ain't coming nowhere close to doing the stuff that you're doing. So, I mean, I don't know the company, so I can't talk bad about them, but y'all will be amazed that at least what I charge for the stuff that I do, there are companies out there charging 5 times more than what I charge for the stuff that I do. So people pay for that stuff. So don't shortchange yourself. You have a skill set, yes. Here he is, Josh. What is going on with you, man? Josh, did you sell your Apple stuff yet so you can come on this 4-night cruise, man? You just got to get rid of a couple of Apple stuff, man, and you good to go. I'm just messing with you. Glad you're here, man. We haven't seen you here in a while, man. Hope everything is good with you. You know who I am. Quick question. I just recently purchased it. Is there anything special that I need to do to SuperSource? I was told that I needed a MacBook or Apple tablet to do. What? Who told you that? That is not true. SuperSource is built into the ATEM. You don't know. You don't need nothing like that. And whoever told you that, they lied to you. They lied. I have a Mac and it's off. No, actually it's on. Not using it for this. But no, the SuperSource is built into the ATEM. You just pick the settings that you want. I mean, you need a computer to set it up, but I mean, you don't need Like if I come over here, so in my SuperSource, like you're seeing right now, under SuperSource right here, I set this up. So I'm only using box 1, which is the camera that you're seeing right here. I have it cropped so that you can see it the way it is. So like actually let me actually move this because I'm not sitting center. So I'll do this, and then I'm gonna uncrop the left 10. Yeah, something like that. And then I'll do 10 on the right. Or is that 9? Oh, no, 11. So that's actually 10.5, 10.8, 10.2, 10.1. There we go. So, I mean, that's it. And then I have box number 2, which is my computer screen, which is what you're seeing. And then box number 3, I'm not using. Box number 4, I'm not using. Then for my art, I have a custom image that I made to do this, and that is loaded right here. And that's what it's using to pull that up. That's it. No Mac or nothing required. You just need to have a computer that can run the software, and you just set the settings. That's it. So hopefully that helps. J Style 3. Hey, thanks for the recommendation about the SMT AV cameras. We bought 2 of them and they are brilliant. Hey, I'm glad they're working for you. Also, Streets of Destiny saying, good video. Audience Mike's video is very helpful. Awesome. Priscilla, yep, they're awesome too. That NDI camera that Mount Pleasant bought from me last night, yeah, they're happy with that as well too. And they're great as well. Good sponsors as well too, so very much thankful for that. Reverend Richard, media ministry volunteers, I'm so grateful for your media ministry and praise them weekly. Their skill set is invaluable to a specific church because setup and equipment is all different in locations. Very, very true. D Green here. I'm looking to take snippets from our pastor's sermon on Sunday to send later in the week. Any particular software tips that I can use to accomplish it? Me personally, I use DaVinci Resolve for all of my stuff because it's free, but you can use any type of software that you want. You know, I use that just because, like, I used to do this for church post-production when I did this on Sundays, and I'm going to start getting back into that as we start building more stuff at Signs and Wonders for that very same purpose. I would do the entire service, then I would cut music, then I would do the sermon, then I would do snippets that I would put on Instagram or whatever like that. And I like doing it all in one fell swoop. But you can use any video editor. I use DaVinci Resolve because that's what I use for everything. Hey, you are welcome, because, hey, most people don't talk about that stuff. Y'all, you know, you got to think, how many disciples were actually business owners? They didn't do all that stuff for free. They had business on the side. God is meant, you know, we're meant to help everybody, but it's not meant for us to be stupid. You don't give away, what they say, you don't cast your pearls before the swine. Don't give your best to people who don't appreciate it. To project the church stream to TVs, what I need an additional graphics card for that to work. Honestly, if you're just trying to project, you can just use a $15 USB to HDMI adapter. That's all you would really need. I mean, I don't know your setup, but I know the type of builds that you do. And you could do something as simple as that. So USB to HDMI adapter. So something like this. I've used this many a time. Now, if you really want to, now, Anthony, we're gonna have a flashback. You could get the mini monitor. Remember when we had that issue where we were trying to work out how come your system wasn't working? You had the mini monitor instead, and we both missed that. So if you have the Blackmagic one, if you wanted to have an internal card and you're using OBS, this will actually allow you to have an output. And I can't do it on my streaming system right now, but I have a card that can actually, in OBS, when it's installed, it will give you the option to output directly over that. And then with the mini monitor here, you would have an SDI out or HDMI out that both work at the same time. That's if you want something internal. If you want something cheap that will work and you have a USB 3.0 and an additional adapter, you can just get this. And then in OBS, push it out, vMix, push it out, whatever software, it will see that as another monitor and just connect it. That will work as well. So I will put a link to that. And again, I've used these tons and tons and tons of times. USB to HDMI adapter. Now, if you're using a Mac, please be mindful to get one that says it's compatible with the Mac, because not all of them are. All right. Migs, what's going on? I have the HuddleCam HD joystick and 3 PTZs. I want to daisy chain them. I saw your video on how to do it. My question is, if we'll need to use our HDMI converter and RS-232 converter, I'm a newbie. No, if you're daisy chaining them, if you get, now you're using RS-232, the easiest way to do that, and I don't think I have any of them right on hand. Let's go. Spelling it wrong, BH photo. HDMI converter. Well, it depends. The HDMI converter is not needed unless you're going from SDI to HDMI. And honestly, I would highly recommend just going, getting a fiber HDMI cable, and then you don't have to worry with converters at all. I mean, because if your video switcher is HDMI, just use a fiber HDMI. If it's not and it's SDI, just use SDI. You don't need to convert in any way, shape, or form. I'm trying to remember it. I haven't ordered it in a while. Yeah, the CV620s. So all you would need is just these, and you link them to each camera, and you just daisy chain them and just plug them in. They have a Ethernet cable that you jump between them, and then this is the other one that you would plug into back of that. I mean, because this is exactly the setup that I did at Mount Pleasant last night. Even though I already know they're going to be getting another camera, because they had a big tripod in the middle of the floor, and now it's up on the wall, up out of the way. When everybody sees that, they're going to go with another one. So for me, that's what we would use, and then get that other one to connect them together. But like I said, me going forward, I don't do this anymore just because of all the extra cable. And those PTZ IP controllers have come down in price that now all you need to do is an Ethernet, go to it, that will give you network, power, and control. And then you also just have your video cable coming out, and then you can add as many as you want, and they don't need to be linked to each other. But if you were daisy chaining them, do it that way. Or see if they support controls over the network, and you just get yourself an IP controller and you don't have to daisy chain them at all. You'll just have the joystick see them on the network. Back to Paul's question. The church has an electric piano with phones out, so I connected the output to the main mixer. Sometimes the volume goes high, then low, then high. What is the problem? The problem is you're plugging into the phones. Don't plug into the phones. Plug into the output. If you don't have any other output other than phones, then the issue is they're adjusting the volume. You need to do a line out on there. Like I got mine, but I'm not going to bring my keyboard all the way out of here. I need to. That thing's catching dust. I haven't played it as much as I need to. My daughter wants to start playing as well, too. She used to play all the time. I used to play for her before she was born, and I used to have her all the time doing stuff like that. But random thought. Need to change the subject real quick, and that makes me want to look up my picture of my baby girl. Guyana and piano. Yeah, that's my little sunshine right there. Where's it at? She used to play all the time. I used to have her sitting on the piano stand with me when I was at practice. And she would play along with me, and then I would sing and she would play on there. That little girl. And then, yeah, all the time. And then she was singing, trying to chew on the microphone. And then, is this one? Do I have this? Oh, my baby girl. And then here's one. Last one. She's too busy looking at herself in the camera. Anyway, change subjects too quick. Jaden here. I am 13 and in the media ministry. Josh, you got company. So I don't know much, but my church is doing a renovation. I wanted to know if there's a way to mount a PTZ on the foam top since the back is just a window. It should be. I just need to get a picture of that. If you can email me questions at AJayhomes.com, I can give you exactly what you need. I just need to get a understanding of what it is, and we'll be able to get that done for you. Back to Rhonda. I'm jealous, still waiting on our official Starlink. Someone about 15 minutes from me in Goochland has an RV. Slowest to 20 megabits per second, average is 50 to 60 while on the ground. Expects in, man, see, I'm telling you folks, if y'all are in a rural area, you need to look up that Starlink. Finally got a new laptop as well, the ZenBook Pro, good laptop. Ryzen 7, 16 gigabytes of memory, 1 terabyte SSD, and a RTX 3050. Oh, that's a beast. Yeah, that you should be more than enough to handle the stuff there. You know who I am? You're good. But yeah, don't text while you're driving. Stay safe, man. Anthony was saying, yeah, remember that. We were going back and forth on that one. Back to Robert. For the LeftTech IP controller, I'm using the Persil PTZs. The network settings are good. Static setup. The LeftTech controller isn't discovering the second camera, only one. Thanks. That is strange. So even if it's not detecting it, can you manually put in the settings to see? And if it's not detecting it, go to the web interface of it and see if it shows up. I have had that, not just with that one, but with a bunch of them. See if you can go to the web interface of the joystick and try and add it. Mike, what's going on, man? You were good. You good? Back to you know who I am, man. You ain't supposed to be texting and driving, man. I would love to add a tablet to control the SuperSource Apple. How can I connect my tablet wirelessly, control the SuperSource, or change it? I mean, that is, again, depending on finding an app that supports it. I know the iPad has one directly. You got to pay for it. I think it's like $12. I don't know about a Samsung one. Apple does have it. And I don't have my... Hold on. I think my iPad is over here. Hold on a second. Yo. All right, let me see if I can find it on here because I don't know exactly which one it is. No, I don't want to do a update iPad. You about as bad as Windows. All right, so let's see, A10. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And I just realized I didn't eat no breakfast. My head is starting to hurt. We'll take care of that soon. I do not know where that app is. So I might have to circle back with y'all on that one. Let me look at the App Store real quick. You're looking up the ATEM. It's one that I had. I must not have downloaded it again. Actually, here it is. It's Mix Effect, and it is $5. And it actually lets you control. Is that it? Yeah, it's Mix Effect will allow you to control everything on there. I might actually download this. It is, yeah, Mix Effect. Oh no, I'm not in focus. Hold on, let me see if I can get you in focus right up. And right there. Hit the wrong button. Let me hold it up this way. Let me hold it up this way so you can hopefully see it. Get out of here. So, Mix Effect. So, there's good ratings, and it actually is letting you control the SuperSource and all that other stuff. So, hopefully, that helps you. That helps you. That helps you. Oh, yeah, on a side note, folks, maybe y'all saw the video that I did on Facebook. So, this is a Pixel 6. Now, let me show you. I got my DJI Mini 3 Pro. Let me show you the size of this. This is my phone. This thing is tiny. I mean, I'm excited about playing around with that some more. And then this is the Pro joystick that actually has the screen built into it. So we'll have some more videos on that. I need to up my registration and all this other stuff and my drone stuff. So Derek, what's going on? Okay, Paul is saying in his setup it only has phones out. Okay, so I would tell however you have that connected, whoever's playing, set it the volume to maybe 50%, no higher than 60, and tell them to don't touch it, and then y'all just control it. That's the only thing I can think of for that. Anthony, I may be taking a job with another church doing their streaming, so I'm getting all kinds of ideas again. Hey, awesome, man. Proud of all the stuff you're doing, man. Mike, I need to put you on Twitch because I got a bunch of daggone clowns posting some nonsense on Twitch. Man, it's like bots is everywhere, just posting stupid stuff. And then they don't even be spelling right. Let me go in here and kick these people off. Why I gotta be the bad guy? Because y'all want to do some stupid stuff. Let me log in. I can get rid of them. But I hope y'all are doing great, folks. And if you don't mind, would you please go ahead and, what they say, smash the like button. But if y'all could do that, I would greatly appreciate it. And where's my code? All right. Sorry, I'm logging in so I can kick some people off of my stream here. Ban. And where's the next one? Ban. Goodbye for life. Just bots. Like I don't understand the point of like doing bots. Like you spell stuff wrong, and obviously what you're talking about is garbage. I just don't understand what the being a programmer, that just doesn't make sense to me. Like, why did y'all do that? I'm sorry, I was buying the app, so we'll do a review on that as well too. That we just talked about on the well, maybe we'll be able to do it here once it finished downloading. Zerky, sorry if I'm not pronouncing it wrong. Hey Jay, how can I connect two microphones from OBS to Zoom meetings? Honestly, just connect both of the inputs into OBS and then use the VB audio out that's going to Zoom, and it will merge both of them. That's it. That's all you need to do. Yes, I did a manual setup. Also, I don't think there's a web interface option. It takes me to the firmware update page. That's strange. It should be, because that's the same one that... Oh, wait a minute. You're using the one that has the big screen on it? Is that the one that you're using? Let's follow back. Hey, AJay, it's Dave. Our church has this old analog switcher, but don't know how we could set it up with two of our Canon camcorders since we can't afford an A10 mini at the moment. Let me see. I'm not familiar with that switcher. Let me look that up. And if you hear that hum, that is my fan under my desk. MXV1. Okay. Where are y'all located at? Let me know. Where are you located at? So I'm gonna remember that. Please let me know where you're at. Back to Mike. That's the thing I hate about the tablets. You always press something unintentionally. Yep. Monty, we talk about, do I got a new drone? You're the reason I got this drone. Yeah. Thanks for joining there, Monty. Derek, when people change things on the mixer unbeknownst, we had feedback from our hanging mics from the ceiling. It took us a while to figure out which input it was coming in on the mixer. We're good now. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I am not sure if you have answered, but what are the basic items needed to set up media in a small church? Do you have a video? Yes, I do. I have a beginner's guide that I walked through doing everything at the chapel at Antioch that had nothing and gave you an idea of everything. But really, all you need is, I mean, again, you could use, and I'm getting beat up over this. I am working on the video, folks. They know who they are who are saying this. But you can use something like the ATEM. You can use like the Yellow Box Pro for this. Have a camera. You can start with as simple as a camcorder. Just to let y'all know, I need to do an updated video finally for basic cameras because Canon has discontinued the R800. So I'm waiting for another budget-friendly camcorder to recommend. They're just out. All y'all done bought them up, but and they've discontinued. But all you really need is like the Yellow Box has everything built in, and you just need a camera and either a SIM card, Wi-Fi, or a wired connection, and you're good to go. If you have an ATEM, all you need is an ATEM Mini Pro and higher, and you still need a camera, your audio that can plug in from your sound system, which is the same way that will work with this, and that's it. Now, that's the basics. That will get you past just your phone and stuff like that, and you help build off of that. But yes, I do have some videos that will help with that, and I need to do an updated one as well too. Let me let y'all know something that's been popping in my mind. It's almost like a Mr. Beast type of move, and I want to do. We're gonna be setting some cash aside to do this, but what I want to do is bring in two complete novices that don't know nothing, and I want to just set a whole bunch of this gear in front of them, and I'm gonna do this as an entertainment value, but also as a way of growing me. Is I'm just gonna bring in two novices, have a whole bunch of stuff on a table, and I'm like, you have 1 hour to watch these 3 videos of mine, and then also see, can you set up everything that you need from a live stream, and just see how it is. But then the secret would be at the end, they can keep all the equipment. That's something I'm working on. I'm looking for some sponsors to help me with that. AJ's pockets are not deep like that yet, but we are working on that. But that's something we want to do. Let me know if you think that would be interesting and entertaining. Mike, you mentioned about a new camera sponsorship. Did you already mention it? Can you say anything yet? Yeah, I did. AVCans is actually going to be sponsoring. They're going to be the cameras of choice that I use for my projects, and they'll be providing cameras. You know, we got some deals behind the scenes, but they wanted me to use them specifically for my install. So I'm thankful for that. They reached out, and hey, they were the first one out of all the cameras I've done. That's the one they did. So that's what the cameras we're going to be using going forward. So thank you again, AVCans, and there you go. Derek was saying also, we turned everything off on the mixer and still had sound coming out. Wow, that's interesting. So who was touching the board? Okay, so Robert, you're saying it's still not showing anything. So in the console, and I'm gonna go back to do that because I mean, so if you can't search for it, make sure the port is not different. And then, in the Persil one, make sure you turn on the camera. Make sure you have on VIF is turned on. That would be a reason why it wouldn't show up. Make sure you check that as well too. Shane and Hannah, what's up? And y'all are in Clayton, North Carolina. That's not that far. Francisco, is it possible to connect 2 ATEM Mini Pros, the output from one as an input to the other? Yes, that's what I used to do originally when I had the ATEM Mini and then the ATEM Mini Pro. That's exactly how I had mine set up. And then the other ATEM Mini that I had behind me when I used to do stuff on the TV, that's how I had it set up. So yes, sir, you can do that. You're in Nigeria, huh? What I'm thinking about doing is sending you my ATEM Mini that I'm not using anymore. I just need to find out what the rate would be for me to ship that to you. email me at questions@ajhomes.com. You never know. We might be able to send something there to you. It is the base, the original A10 Mini. So no live streaming, but it'll be a good switcher. Yeah, we'll go ahead and do that. So yeah, hit me up at questions@ajhomes.com, and we'll see what it is, and we'll try and get it shipped out to you. Hopefully there's no issue with shipping it out to you, but we'll see. Christopher A., what's going on? So I like to do that. See, I want to set up some stuff like that. See, that's me. I'm trying to change, not my brand. My stuff is going to stay the same. We're going to be talking about media ministry stuff and how to do other stuff. Like, I got a bunch of videos that I haven't had a chance to finish yet, but we got some stuff in the works. Like the one that I'm going to do a lot of more talking head videos. Mainly, some people, it might not be interesting to them, but it's like some stuff that needs to be said that hasn't been said. So one of the videos that I'm working on right now that is a very, very long video that is a follow-up to the ones that I was telling you about is this one, The Anatomy of a Church Live Stream, just talking about the breakdown from the beginning to the end of how you should have stuff flow with it, or my suggestions of how it should flow with it. We also have past mistakes churches should avoid. That's something that is going to be very interesting. I need to get all my facts for this so I can prove my case with that one. It's either that thumbnail or this thumbnail. Trying to decide between those two. And we got a bunch of other videos that we're working on. So we're always in the lab working on some other stuff. But what else? What we got next? Yeah, but to answer your question, if you're using the original one, and did I just close that link? I did. Hold on. I need to see. See, I'm looking for that mixer that you have, and I need to get a picture of what's on the back, the type of connections on the back there. Images. Okay. So on the back of this switcher that you got, this is going to be difficult because honestly, to make this, well, if you have component out that will turn it into that, you would just connect it. Maybe that, maybe the R36 may have it. The XA10, I don't know if it'll even support that. Yeah, I mean, they have converters that can go from HDMI to RCA, HDMI to RCA converter. I mean, you can do something like this. I've used this before, and they're like $10 each. So it's going to cost you like $30. I mean, no, $20 to do that, to set that up. But honestly, I would say that's a waste. But if you need something to get you by, that would work. Because I think when we originally were using a DVD recorder that output it like that, that's what we used at Antioch before we had the ATEM and any of that stuff as well. Where we at? Shanahan, I'm sorry. What camera? Are you talking about the camcorder or are you talking about PTZ? I missed that. I'm not sure which one it is. Yeah, actually, I have done that before. But I need to come up with something different right now because the Google Voice that I use, the OBI boxes, they are actually discontinuing those. So I need to figure out a way to route a phone in here without giving out my personal number for people to call in. I guess I could do free conference call, something like that. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about doing that again. But yeah, I've done it before. I think I've had Mike actually call in when I did that before. Because my Rode, I can bring in phone calls in and come through. But I need to sit. I'm going to think about doing that again. Shana Hannah wants to know, what software do I use to make my thumbnails? I use Photoshop. I have a license with them. I've had them for years, just through my business. Now, when I do stuff for my church and stuff like that, I do Canva for everything. But the stuff that I do, personally, I do Photoshop. Oh, the Famaco, those cameras. Cool. Back to Derek. Congrats on the last install, number 15. I see you had a brain buster on the wiring. I know you're glad you completed that. Yes, Lord. And I didn't have to go in the attic no more. Didn't have to go out in the sun because it was like 97 degrees outside. And thank God they had the AC and fans on for me. So I was really thankful for that. Back to Paul. Question: how do we train our people for sound streaming and lyrics? I know we are not pros, but we learn from experience. That's how you learn. You just keep practicing it. How do anybody on the stream who's an IT person can tell you, how do you get better, and why are you IT professional in what you do? For me, I've broken enough stuff that any way somebody has broken it, I've probably broken it that way, and I know how to fix it. That was pretty much it. It's just trial and error, folks. It's like right now, this is my training to get better at live streaming. That's why I do this all the time. This is how I'm getting comfortable with all the bells and whistles, the sound and stuff like that, and practicing. It's just practice. That's all it is. Set up mock live streams to different ones. If you're at home, if you want to start streaming gaming, even if nobody's watching you, stream anyway because it's practice for you. And man, my mouth is getting dry, so I'm already grabbed something to drink here in a second. Otis, vMix call, yeah, I could do that as well too. How can I set up for him to easy to learn? I mean, well, that all depends. You need to gauge, when it comes to training your media ministry, as a leader in your media ministry, you need to be able to gauge people's strengths. And as, just like with me, I'm a coach. That's the mindset. I try and find where your strength is, and I push you. But at the same time, I know people's strength. If I know that, hey, you're weak and you can't bench press 5 pounds, I'm not going to throw 25 on it just to try and push you. I would put 7 to push you because I know your limits of what you're going to do. How do I say that? If somebody is tone deaf, I'm not going to put them on sound because that's going to be a problem waiting to happen. If somebody is getting flustered with all the buttons on or the interface with OBS, vMix, the ATEM, I'm not going to put them on that. You know, you need to, the ease of teaching is being able to gauge your team and put them on a path that works for them. And then what you do, break it down Barney style, make it really, 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 really simple. Like I used to always, like, I would talk to my mom and she was like, I was like, Mom, don't do that. Well, AJ, why not? You just don't do that. No, tell me why. Mom, I'm not going to explain that to you because you don't need to know. How do you know what I don't need to know? And then I explained it. She's like, I don't know what you talked about. That's why I said you don't need to know. It's not that I'm saying that you're stupid. It's not that. It's like I know where your skill set is. And if you're having a hard time understanding why we don't need to turn our computer off, there's no point in me explaining how Starlink works. You know, you have to gauge your audience, and you don't put more on them than they can bear. But you, as a good leader, you need to not let them plateau. And if you see the potential, you push them. Like Rakira, one of the ladies I have is a contractor that's running the stuff at Antioch. I know what she's capable of. So I push. And it's like, well, Mr. AJ, can I do this, this, and this? I'm not going to help you because I know her potential. I want her to see and count on the confidence that she has herself. And how do I do that? I used to be up in the media booth with her every time, and then I just told her, hey, next Sunday I'm not going to be here. And I just didn't show up. I didn't answer the phone, didn't do nothing, because I needed her to realize her own confidence. Now, if there's somebody else that's asking me questions all the time, and and I'm answering the same questions every single week, they don't have a proficiency in that. I wouldn't leave that person to do everything themselves. So, long answer, but hopefully that helps. Paul, for now, they have an i3 12 gigabytes RAM desktop doing work on OBS and Zoom. Okay. Darius, hey, thank you. I'm glad it's helping. Paul, now I'm trying to separate them as a laptop doing lyrics and desktop doing Zoom. So 3. Well, excuse me. My email is this: questions@ajhomes.com. That's what you can work on. All right. Back to my cousin Derek. I've been focusing on one part at a time to train my helper, then let them try other parts when it's not so important to do it correct. Yeah, exactly. No, I'm tone deaf and the only sound guy at the church. Well, when I'm talking about tone deaf, not necessarily people singing in harmony, but getting an understanding. Like some people would listen and say, oh, I hear sound. Okay, you hear sound, but can you hear, you got 5 people. Can you hear all 5 people's voices? Is one person dominating over top of everything? Is one instrument dominating over top of that? Do you hear a noise? I mean, that's the type of, if you can't hear that, that's why I'm just like, yeah, some people don't need to be on the board like that, because that's a problem. Bobby, hi, can you show me how to bring up the volume level in OBS? I have an X32 compact connected to computer with a USB cable. The volume level comes into OBS and is very low. All right, well, there are 2 ways to do that. Let me turn on my X32 down here. Now, it's 2 ways you can do this. You can go directly through OBS, and even though it says it's at 100%, you can actually crank that volume higher. So now that we got this, let's go over to here. All right, so in OBS, we have our audio levels or whatever, and we're going to be going on to infinity here. You could always come in here, hit the gear, and then go to advanced, and you can crank the volume up here. You can do it as a percentage, and honestly, you can do it more. You can crank it up if you want to. That's one place you can do it. Also, on the input that's coming into your computer, you can set a level there. And where's it at? So if we have an output device here, crank that volume up, and then there's also a, where's it at? I hate when they move the stuff. I'm looking for the sound properties. Where did they move him? No, it wasn't it. I hate it when, not just Windows, just anything. We know what's best for you, so we're gonna move stuff all over the place. No, I don't like when you do that. There it is. All right, so you can always come in here for your playback, and you can go inside of some of these and do properties, and you can set the level again in here if you need to. So those are a couple of things that you can do, and actually that would actually be from a mic standpoint. So like right here, this is coming in over USB, and normally I would have the Rode, but the Rode is actually connected to my computer that's streaming right now. You come in here to properties, you have levels, and you can crank this up again. But just be mindful. That gives you 3 locations where you can do it. But then also in the X32, you could, let's bring that up. Where's it at? Is it set up? No, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? No, that's, hold on, because I was just playing around with that. That's card. I think I was in the right location. I might have to come back to that one, because I just did that the other day, and I don't recall what I did, how to get to it. So I'm going to have to come back to that one for you. But I would check those things through OBS first, and then the X32 one, I will come back and hopefully be able to get that one. And this time I'm going to leave OBS open, so if I have to come back to that. Very good book. My dad read that, and I've read that too. I didn't know he read it, and I read it, and I was like, oh, you read that too? Yeah, that's a good book. If you haven't read that, please check out that Who Moved My Cheese. That's a very good book. Awesome, because I mean, I have some other people, man. They just don't get it. But yeah, folks, let me take a quick break. And like I said, we have our, we got our cruise coming up, folks. So be mindful. You know, we still got spots. We have to get 8 rooms booked so that we can hold those prices. Anything over that is still available. I know everybody can't get to it, but this is just a test, because I'd love to do more of these on different parts of the states as well as different countries as well too. I have no issue with traveling to France, Spain, wherever, Singapore, and leave out on a cruise if you're in those areas. This is just meant to be a time for us to relax and hang out and stuff like that. We ain't having no meetings. We ain't doing no training. We're just going to hang out and not need to talk about media stuff at all, and just get a chance to meet each other. But please, all the information is on the Facebook group. We have 6 rooms booked, and please, if you book one, please go through the group, because if you book it directly through the website and then try to add it, they won't let us do that until we have at least 8 booked naturally directly through the group. It's just that way that you don't cheat the system. But for every person that books in that amount of time, you get a $50 credit on your room and all this other stuff. I actually got all my flights paid for. I just got to pay for the last half of the cruise, and I'm done. So if y'all want to join me, that's great. If you don't, I'm still going anyway. So I think that I'm gonna cut it a little bit short, folks, because I know I'm gonna be running around here. But thank y'all so much, folks. I think we got our stuff fixed today. Also, want to give a big shout out to my Patreon supporters and YouTube members. Their names are on the screen right now, and you too can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, or you can become a YouTube member by clicking the join button down below. What I do as giveaways, all of our, as thank yous, all of our Zoom meetings, they bi-weeklies are made available to them, so they can always see that when we do giveaways. The giveaways that we're doing at 50,000 subscribers, their names are entered twice automatically as a way of thank you. Certain levels on Patreon get a free consultation with me, 1 hour a month for free. And then we have discount codes and all this other stuff like that for if you do any type of consultation with me. I think it's a 15% or something discount. I can't remember off the top of my head, but that's just a way of giving back. So thank you so much for that. And then also thank y'all. Thank you for what you're doing in your local branch of Zion, wherever you are, from the grill to Singapore, over to California and Oregon and wherever you're at. Thank you for what you're doing. Yeah, I might not be at your ministry, but what you're doing is helping all of us together. It's meant for us together to reach everybody, not individually. I hope whatever I do here helps make your journey a little bit easier and helps relieve a little bit of the frustration that you may have. And again, to all those haters that leave me comments, no, I don't know everything, but guess what? I'm willing to learn. And if you talk to me right, I'll be willing to listen to you if you can teach me how to do something. And hopefully that's what I convey here. So y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you is, all over the face of the planet. And for my last hurrah, Dad, I thank you so much. I wish you were here. Miss you so much. Love you, Dr. Holmes. So y'all have a great day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and we'll catch y'all on the next video. Later, folks.